When you think about businesses that are selling through the roof, like Aloe or Allbirds, sure, you think about a great product, a cool brand, and great marketing. But an often overlooked secret is actually the businesses behind the business, making selling, and for shoppers, buying, simple. For millions of businesses, that business is Shopify. Nobody does online business better than Shopify. It's home of Shop Pay, the #1 checkout in the world. You can use it to boost conversions up to 50%, meaning way less carts going abandoned and way more sales going through to checkout. Sign up for your $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/income, all lowercase. Go to shopify.com/income to upgrade your selling today. That's shopify.com/income.
Why can't every day be like this? No simple road. Yeah, no, I've been on that road too.
Ow, my nuts.
What?
It's off.
There's nothing wrong with our equipment.
What's going to happen?
Ow, this shit shocked me.
It's going to shoot off and hit you in the nose.
Nah, it's just.
Is that the one that electrocutes guests?
It's touching the outside. I'm not gonna fuck with it.
Hey now, No Simple Road family, welcome back.
We're in the middle
to the No Simple Road weekly rewind.
We're in the middle. No, this is the beginning.
This is the beginning, Ryder.
I was gonna say in the middle of recording.
Of trying to
hey,
fix
Mel. Mel, it's totally fine. Mel's trying to repair.
No, it's not.
Ryder's mic.
I dicked it.
Apple.
As Aaron said.
Almost
Apple dicking around with the microphone.
So yeah.
All right. No, I don't want to hold it like
brought to you in collaboration with Melt Premium Mushroom Chocolates. Just in time for Halloween, everybody. You can get your mushroom chocolate bars right over to yourself. Just go follow at Melt Mushrooms on Instagram, and they will send you a menu.
And then you will say, hey, I heard about these gummies. You know what? Never mind. I want the minis. You know what? I want capsules instead. I'm going to get all of them.
Get all of it.
All of it.
Yeah.
And the chocolates. 9 flavors, 10 flavors.
10 flavors.
9, 10.
Yeah. The pretzel one.
If you're a little wacky like the No Simple Road crew, you'll get everything.
That's right. And then you're going to get a free goodie bag too for the month of October, right to your face. And your heart, and your mind, and your soul.
I liked our guest's face today when you mentioned goodie bag. He looked like a little kid. He got like a smirk on his face. Like,
who doesn't like goodie bag?
I already said his name, so they all know who it is.
I wasn't being secretive. I just called him our guest on the show today.
It is weird calling me a guest though.
Because
I do live in this house,
right?
But you're a guest.
You're a guest in this room,
You're a guest in the studio. You're not in here often.
But I wonder if it feels like that to the people that listen to the show. If you listen,
it depends on how long you've listened, I guess.
Yes, if you're
That's
OG,
true.
this is no big. I mean, well, it's a big deal. Then
it's probably a big.
It's a big deal. I would say.
If you're not, you don't know
who the fuck he is. Well, for those of you that do know Ryder,
I'm back.
You're welcome.
Thank you for knowing who I am.
Yeah, and for those of you that don't, Ryder's
Ryder.
my nephew, and he moved up here.
Our nephew.
Okay, he's our nephew.
He's not my nephew.
Well, he's not my nephew.
He's my friend and confidant.
That's right.
Yeah, that's right.
He moved up here with us when we moved from Vegas, and is one of the original members of No Simple Road. And
he's on.
Might have a shirt with my face on it.
On that OG shirt.
Wow.
Very few of you.
Oh my God! I just realized I'm biting into the mic.
Yeah, Audrey's gonna freak out, and other.
I took it out.
He's got the honey.
Mel's chomping on the bit.
I didn't mean to do that.
These are the best cough drops I've ever had.
Okay, tell everybody about the cough drops apple.
Well, I don't know the name of them.
Honeys.
Is that what that is the name?
Yeah.
Okay, that's the brand name, I guess. Honeys.
With 2 E's.
Aaron ordered a bunch of them. They're supposed to be coming today, maybe from Amazon. But they're so good because when you get to the middle of it, it's like a candy, and it's just full of honey. All of a sudden, you're enjoying your cough drop, and then it's like
a hard honey gusher.
And it sticks to your teeth, and it's great.
You're not really selling.
I was gonna say that part doesn't sound fun for me personally.
No, I'm dealing with that at this exact moment that he's saying it.
It is a thing. It is a thing, but I enjoy it.
All right. So. Well, Apple likes things blowing up in his mouth.
Hey.
Good. Hey.
Who doesn't?
I'm dicking around with the mic.
Ryder.
Hi.
How's it going, man?
It's going good.
Tell everybody what's going on. Like for the last year and a half that you haven't been on the show. Go.
Oh my gosh. And go.
Day one.
In a world.
Okay, we'll be back in like an hour.
All right.
Okay, let's start slow.
Yeah.
Who are you voting for? No, I'm just kidding.
Just kidding.
But
My response to that is no.
That's a good answer.
How are you feeling? Let's start there.
I'm feeling good. We'll go granular. No, it's just, like how granular.
In general.
As an update from the last time I've been here, I think almost 100% the last time I was here, I had an extremely different job that was doing terrible things for my body and mental health.
Yeah, you would come home from work and disappear completely until the next time it was time for you to leave to go to work.
Early in the morning, before either right after Mel, I didn't see anybody.
It was your work week swallowed Ryder.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I worked technically 4 10s, realistically 4 11 to 12 to 13 hour days a week doing tech work for a large company.
They all know where we work,
okay,
dude.
Cool,
okay, you can just say.
Yeah, I did like cable installation for Comcast. And it was a nightmare, and I did it for 5.5 years.
You lasted exactly as long in the field as I did.
I can't imagine.
Well, in tech support.
I always wondered what you did. I thought you always just told me you tried not to strangle people every day. I thought that was your job.
Successfully, I might add.
And not flip a van over, too.
Less successfully on that one. Marginally less success. I strangled 0 people and flipped only one.
Only one.
That's
completely
that's
on
all
its
takes.
roof.
Perfectly. Didn't break a windshield. Nothing. It was very supposedly smooth. Flip.
Did it break the ladders? Or were they strong?
Yeah, the ladders break.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're made of fiberglass.
Okay, just wondering.
But not the windshield.
Not the
anyway,
windshield.
That job was sucking the life out of your soul.
Yeah, it was doing terrible things for my opinion on people in general. It was doing bad things for my mental state.
Oh, shit. It was all during COVID, too, that you were doing that.
Through COVID. Did not.
Going into people's houses to fix their
only
lifeline to the world.
Lifeline while watching people slowly lose their sanity and ability to interact with people. That was really fucking.
I remember that was hairy. There was a few times you were going into a lot of like convalescent homes and stuff too, where
that
it was like
sketchy.
More of an alert.
Yes.
You
had to sign in. They had to take your temperature there. They wanted to track because you go in.
You may not be coming out.
Or you accidentally kill 55 old people.
Oops.
But no, it was really bad. But as of a year ago, almost exactly, year and a month now, I don't do that anymore.
Yeah.
It's been so nice.
I gotta say, it is within the break-in period for new jobs, 2-3 months, get your feet under you. Around the 3-month mark of you having this job, I noticed how much of an effect the other job was having on you.
You and me both.
Because you were suddenly,
me too.
You were living in the house again.
Yeah.
And I was like, what the fuck? Ryder's back.
Where
and I
did
was
he
like,
go?
yeah. And then
why was he gone?
I was like, oh my God, the other job was killing him.
Yeah, it was really bad. No, I think because when I first got it, I had the whole I'm out. I feel better immediately. Like I was like, like a weight's lifted off my shoulders, and like, oh man, that was doing bad things for me. Like I feel so much better just not even having the idea of having to deal with that anymore. And then it wasn't until, like you said, like 2-3 months later, I was like, oh, I was not okay.
I was very
Things were
wrong.
bad. It was worse than I thought. Like I didn't know I felt as bad as I did. Like,
I mean, you're a by nature, you are a solitary guy. You enjoy your alone time.
Yes.
But this was like, and you know, like when the frog in the boiling water, we live with
It
you,
was
so
true
we don't notice it.
No,
we
it was
because it was gradual, and then
Yeah.
but when you were back, it was like, oh shit,
Yeah.
like
You started dressing nice again, and they're like everything changed. You did. You started like the sunshine came back, and then you're out on the porch again, and being happy and like da da da.
yeah.
Yeah. No, it's a huge, like you said, I was, even when I was not feeling my best self, I was gone for 4 days a week, like in all
For all intents and
for all
purposes.
intents and purposes. I was gone in the morning. I didn't get home till 7:30, sometimes 8:00.
And you come home and exhausted
Exhausted as
and
hell.
and you'd been out in the cold and the rain and the wind and the snow and the ice and the COVID and the this and the that.
and the heat and the smoke, like
Yeah,
every
all the
And then I
elements.
would go, not even take a shower, shower
my
in the morning,
God.
like because I just didn't have the strength. I was just like, fuck it, I'm going to bed. Hopefully eat something, usually probably not. And then my weekend would come 3 days in a row, which when we were first proposed, that sounded super sweet. And then I would be like dead to the world for at least a day.
The whole
usually
first day is
2.
recovery.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I did it too.
Yeah.
It's the whole first day is like getting your feet back under you and trying to like, okay, I'm good. I'm
And
okay.
then like
I
a
can
day to
function.
like get yourself set up for the rest of the week, and then
Then
you know,
it's
maybe
Sunday.
and then the day
Fuck.
before, so jumping from that to working a normal like 8-hour work day where I can come home, I start as early as I want. I usually start at 6:30. I leave the place at like 2:30, 2:45. Oh yeah, sorry, we stopped for a second. I forgot. I wasn't paying attention to this recording back. Yeah, no.
Well done.
I haven't done this in a while.
It's okay.
Yeah, I get off, or like when I first switched to my new shift, I was kind of worried because I was like going back to 2-day weekends. I've been used to 3-day. I didn't lose a day of the weekend. I got the rest of my week back.
Oh wow, that's
I'm
a
not
trip.
gone for 4 days. I can live a life the rest of the week. I can go out with friends on a Tuesday night. I can go for a walk after work. Like
You do normal.
I
type
got
things.
4 more days of my life back.
That's an excellent way to put it and see it.
And
The reality of it.
like there was no other way around it. Like the alternative would be coming home at 3:00 and immediately going to bed. Like,
Well, it seems like it's worked into getting like much more comfortable for you too, because like then it worked and you were at home 1 day a week, and then you get to choose, and now he's got a setup like Aaron, like a work at home station that was a game changer.
Yeah, set up a work from home station in my room, and then after Simon moved back in with his girlfriend up here in Portland, I set up like a work/computer station down in the basement.
Because working in your room and sleeping in your room and watching TV in your room and
too
you
much
never
in your
leaving
room.
Your room.
Yeah, even just like without the entertainment part of it being attached to like the same desk, just the work from home days when I'd roll out of bed and walk 2 feet and sit in my work desk, like that was bad.
That
You're checking your Fitbit. It's like, 2 steps today, right?
Yeah,
4.
We're ranked. We're
Woo! I'm
Killing it.
killing
we're
it.
kill- and the bathroom is another 3 steps from.
you know
So,
that's something that like
I never even thought about that. Ryder.
yeah, people don't
Like,
take that into account when they're saying I really want to work from home. It definitely like requires a measure of maturity
Yeah.
on your part.
If you don't want to screw your head up, you need to like create separation in a situation that has none.
Yeah. And like and aside from like getting fired from your job, no, there's nobody telling you to do anything.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
you go to work and you got to like be at your desk or be at the register or do whatever the fuck it is that you do.
Yeah.
When you work from home,
Nobody's walking by checking on you in your cubicle.
Theoretically, Baldur's Gate 3 is on the same exact monitor that I do my work off of, which takes ungodly amount of self-control not to just
switch over.
Play video games all day.
Video games literally all day. And listen, I'll be the first to admit, I have.
It's happening.
Yeah,
it's happening.
It's fine.
It's happening.
Nobody from Comcast is listening right now. It's fine.
Yeah.
You know, it really goes to show that like the stuff that we think that we want, it looks one way in your head. And then when you get the thing that you thought you wanted, sometimes it's like, oh, well, this isn't.
Yeah, got to put a little more effort into this than I was expecting.
Yeah. And the exercise part of it too, man, is a huge deal, especially working from home. Like you can literally, like you said, walk from your bed to your desk, to the fridge, to the bathroom, and that's it for the day.
Yeah. You could, in theory, you could end the day with 60 steps.
Mm-hmm. I mean, yeah, and especially if you lived in a 1-bedroom apartment or a studio.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. So what about like taking care of yourself? Because that's been a huge thing for you.
The switch was, I mean, I think I've said it literally every time I've been on the podcast since stepping away. Thank God for Magnus. I legit don't know what kind of state I would be in if it wasn't for Magnus.
He literally came around at the perfect time.
For those that don't know,
in all of our life.
For those that don't know, Magnus is a good friend of our families that me and Mel met, starting in the cannabis industry back in like 2016.
Yeah,
and just an amazing human being that is.
He's
one of the fittest people I've ever known. Yeah, and he's a nutritionist. He's
like personal trainer. Like he does.
Kind of life coach.
Masters in
biochemistry.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I do, like we all did for a while, I still do, bi-weekly or once a month, like check-ins with him about, how I'm doing food-wise, how I'm doing exercise-wise. And it's kept me extremely honest in a situation I don't think I would be with myself when it comes like food and exercise.
You have an accountability buddy.
Yeah. And he is a like wealth of knowledge with new life stuff. Like I went from having a admittedly body breaking job, but that body breaking job was bare minimum 40 hours of active on my feet, if not genuinely physically straining work a week, to sitting at a desk for 80 hours a week.
Mm-hmm. 80? You mean 40?
Yeah, 40. Not 80.
That's a lot.
I work.
Nobody's doing that.
I work exactly, if not less than my hours. So and that like transition, I knew was not going to be easy, and I knew I would have to be conscious about it. So before it even happened, me and Magnus like set up a general guide, not like a strict plan, because that kind of, from working with Magnus and learning about myself with this whole thing, when I set like this and this and this, it
sets you up for failure too.
Well, it also sucks the life out of me. Like I'm doing it for myself. No, like if I'm doing it for myself and I make it homework, it just ends up
doesn't work.
So we set up a guide and it worked really well for a long time. I never stopped. Like I definitely waned, but I go to work, or I go to the gym in the morning before work, generally 2, sometimes 3 days a week. for at least half an hour, generally 45 minutes to an hour. When I first started, had a really good like eating plan where I was eating, less calories because I was less active, but consistent.
You've been crushing
eating.
it.
I appreciate that.
Well,
But I did realize that probably around, well, actually, it was around the bad times
Uh-huh.
back of our family back home. There was a couple of months where things were just.
We talked about it on the show.
Yeah,
actually, my aunt died.
Our aunt died. A bunch of people got in car accidents. Just like a whole.
It was gnarly.
It was gnarly, and I let a bunch of stuff fall by the wayside. I stopped eating as healthy.
Ryder, did you get depressed?
I did.
Okay.
I wasn't going to the gym as much, and also and this is a good thing, but it was something that I didn't factor in. I started back up on Adderall because I'm working a desk job now, and I haven't worked a strictly just desk job ever in my life.
Yeah. And so your
It is
a
ADD
huge
kicked in
switch.
Kicked
huge.
in pretty hard. So when the honeymoon of being able to
Honeymoon.
hyperfixate on a new shiny new job went away, I was like, oh, I can't.
Focus on
I
shit.
can't
Needed
fucking do
focus
this,
brought
man.
back.
I'm looking at spreadsheets for 6 to 8 hours a day. I'm gonna go crazy. So I got an Adderall prescription, which has been super helpful.
Oh, you're not buying it from the dude down the street anymore. No, I'm just kidding. I'm joking.
No. And it has been super helpful between the being depressed about going through the whole thing back home and taking on the new Adderall. I still to this day don't eat as much as I went the other way. I used to overeat constantly. I do not get enough calories anymore. Not good for.
What? Wait a minute. Do you think it's a symptom of the medication that you're
It
taking?
absolutely is.
Okay. All right.
It is a known,
Side of-
pre-warned, when they're talking.
Like curbs
Hey,
your
you're probably
hunger.
gonna
You're
want
not.
to try and eat enough.
Yeah, I mean, it was one of the questions they asked. They're like, "Hey, how are you with food?" And honestly, I answered them honestly. I was like, I don't know when I'm hungry. I don't know when I'm full. Before I started taking, I was like, I don't know when I'm full now. So I, over the last few years, have set up an eating schedule that I've been very good with. And so switching to this, it'll just kind of be the opposite. I won't know when I'm hungry. So if I just stick to my eating schedule, I'll be fine. Which was true for a while. And then I got depressed and I stopped taking care of myself.
Let me ask you, how long did it take you to realize that you were depressed?
I got in the car, I think it was probably a couple days after my dad got in the car accident. I went to go to the grocery store to go get some food and didn't get off the freeway. I just kept driving out to Seaside. I don't know why. I was not at
Just had to keep
just had to
going.
keep going. And I went to that weird that big old cabin diner place.
Yeah, where they have
yes.
the giant
Yes.
cinnamon
That's
rolls or whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah.
halfway to the coast, and got brunch and sat by the river for a little bit and got in the car and cried the rest of the way home.
And that's when you realized.
I was like, oh shit, this is something, I'm not okay.
Well, how come you didn't say anything?
Yeah.
man?
I don't know.
I mean, fuck.
I know. I guess what it comes to is what am what is gonna happen if I say something
Relief.
I'll tell you something that I've learned through 27 years of being married to Mel. When I get funky in my head and I don't for me, like my problem is I have a hard time articulating what the thing is at first. It takes me some time to be able to figure out what's actually making me feel off. But having somebody to like talk it through with, it takes it's like a pressure release valve. And I never knew that. Growing up in our family, I never fucking knew that. Like for all of you listening that haven't heard, our family is like, if there's something wrong, you do not speak of it.
No.
It is not named. You don't talk about it. You ignore that shit until it goes away.
Mhm.
And then you never talk about it afterwards.
Brush it under the lumpiest rug in the world.
So we didn't have the tools to
No.
know that. So being married to Mel was like the thing.
That's why I said relief, because you don't realize that this tension is building up. Well, you did, because you kept driving. There was something like,
Yeah.
So having a family or having people around is like just being there for that
Well, I
kind
remember
of
I remember
relief.
when you got
Did
back
we?
from that. I can
Yeah.
remember.
I kind of remember that
you came
day
back.
too.
I definitely didn't express.
Yeah, we don't know this.
how
Yeah.
bad
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
felt. Because I did leave that morning to go to the grocery store, and I didn't come back for like 4.5, 5 hours.
I remember you got home and it was like, what?
Where'd you
We're
go?
out
I
shopping
was
Grocery
and-
like-
store did you go to, man?
You got some good stuff.
I needed to go for a drive. I didn't I think, we definitely talked about how because I didn't realize how much the straw that broke the camel's back was my dad getting in a car accident. Like that was shit. Like that could have been way worse. The car, you
Yeah.
guys remember the photos?
Oh, yeah,
the
I
car
heard
was
it's bad.
fucking destroyed. It looked like someone died in that car, and I was like, "Fuck, I can't go to another funeral."
Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
Our family has like uncanny bad luck with cars
yeah,
and car accidents
and that was a
people getting crushed.
weird month. I've never experienced anything like that. It was genuinely scary.
Like getting in the car?
No, like the string of bad luck that kept happening.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it didn't happen to any of us up here in Portland, thank God, but every other day.
So it's like,
seemed
we were
what's
getting
some
what's
kind
going
of
to be
phone call,
next?
or
What's next?
Yeah, someone
Like
else
on
got in
edge.
a car accident. Jimmy's missing. We found Jimmy and he's all blood. It was just for a month straight.
And then the house caught on fire.
Yeah,
Yeah, oh my
they still don't have a house. They're still staying at the old house.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whoa.
So our aunt just dropped dead in the kitchen
Literally had an aneurysm in the kitchen.
and was, up at 8 a.m. and dead by 2 p.m.
Yeah.
Ryder's dad got in a car accident. Our uncle went missing. They found our uncle and he was all bloody and beat up after him, his wife, and his daughter's house that they've lived in their whole life burned to the ground with their pets inside.
With their pets inside. Aaron's mom, my grandmother, got in a car accident.
Yeah, my mom got in a car accident.
Our other aunt, the sister of the one that died, got in a car accident as well. And one other person got in a car accident.
Yeah.
I can't remember who.
All within a month.
Yeah.
And so I get it,
Yeah.
dude.
That's how it was January, wasn't it? Or
No, it was because I think that happened in February. So it was
okay.
February.
Yeah, because we
into
were getting
March.
ready to go. We were going to go to Sphere and stay at the old house, and we couldn't because my uncle was
Had to
staying
go
there
stay
because
there,
his house
yeah.
burned down.
Yeah. Yeah. So it was February into March.
Dang.
If I just know, if I didn't have,
Well, hold on. I'm sorry you felt like that, Ryder. That sucks. And that I'm glad you got it out, but I just want to reiterate that this is what we're here for. This is why we live. This is part of the perk of our living arrangement.
Yeah. I mean, and I guess what I meant by other, because you're right. The release is good. And I do beep, beep. like I said, like I do, like when things are getting rough, we do talk about it. Like I don't.
Yeah, you do.
That's
I
true.
don't always clearly go into as much detail as what's going on.
Yeah.
A lot of times because in the moment, like, I don't feel like breaking down on the porch. I don't. I would much rather get, the release that I can get. And I'll be honest, like, my car rides are my breakdown time. Like, if I have to cry, I do it in the car. Maybe that's unhealthy.
Yeah, little bit.
I love crying. I cry at the drop of a dime.
No, I'm not saying.
No, I'm just saying.
Crying is
It's a good place to work stuff out. I mean, because like solitude in a car, the only thing as close as that is like when you're in the shower.
Yeah.
But then you're in the home or people can hear you. When you're in your car,
I feel sadder when I cry in the shower.
that's not a good
way
way.
weirder.
I just want to throw in there.
Not if you're crying in the shower.
If I could throw in there too, because it's something that we both helped each other with too, and everything is, I'm really proud of you for getting a handle on your drinking as well as like I did.
Yeah.
We me and you never made a plan together. Like we never once like we're gonna do it together. It just coincided and like
petered off.
we realized we couldn't sample every beer of every craft beer in the Pacific Northwest.
You can.
We did a pretty good job, but we used to a lot of times like stress a job and stuff, sit on the patio and do some damage to
A bottle of whiskey.
bottles of wine, whiskey, everything. And
there was plenty of times where I would come home with like, 2 or 3 bottles of wine and be like, okay, this will last us through the weekend. And we would each polish off a bottle of wine.
We'd both come home with sacks from the liquor store and then be like, what'd you get? I got this. And and we'd go to town.
It wasn't good.
I would disappear when that shit would start.
Yeah,
you and Mel both did.
Inevitably, the grunge would be playing at about 2 hours later, and you'd be all maudlin and drunk and overly like fake emotional,
overly zealous, and
drunk. It definitely wasn't fake emotional.
No, it wasn't
Drunk
fake
emotional.
It was drunk emotional.
I fucking love you guys.
Well, me and Ryder did a lot of bonding through that. I remember that too.
Yeah.
We used to sometimes with you two, we'd be like, well, fine, whatever then. And then like once you like get sober and realize, and then you're around other people, it's like, oh yeah, that's what I was a dipshit and I didn't listen and I couldn't remember and but I just want to try and I'm proud of you because like during those times that would have been time 3 years ago or so, 4 years ago, I would have got a bottle and so I would have been like, Ryder, what we need to do is drink this whole bottle of whiskey so we feel good about things, and we don't do that anymore.
Yeah.
That's fucking awesome to do that with you.
And I do also think that's probably
or not do that with you.
Yeah, right.
Wait. Let's hear it for them, everybody.
Woo!
Yay! Whole bunch. All right.
Good job, guys. Good job.
That like 2 years, the whole house got real healthy.
Yeah.
That was about the time when we stopped drinking. It was when we all started, pulling our shit together.
I trip out sometimes. Like today, I came home from work, and I can remember like when we first got here, there's like 16 boxes of cereal up there. Cookies and this, that, the other thing, and like the cabinet just filled with crap and
feeding time. We'd have to make like at least 3 pounds of meat or more, because we'd all just
I come home. From
not all. Today. Mel didn't do that. I'm sorry, not Mel.
Mel was
the boys
Mel
at the house.
Is not involved in any of the things we're talking about.
I think Mel would stand back. She's afraid she might lose an appendage or something. The way the 3 of us and Simon used to go at it.
But Mel does like her snacks.
I come home from work today and like open up the cabinet and I'm like, whoa, it's like black beans and some corn, a couple cans of tuna fish, some quinoa, broth. Like,
I think one of one of the worst things that me and you eat and love once in a while is we always got a good stock of mac and cheese. But that's
you got to have a guilty pleasure now and then. Man. You can't. One thing that I learned from Magnus that I will take with me for the rest of my life is 80-20.
Yeah.
80-20, dude. Do your best 80% of the time. The other 20%, let yourself off the hook a little bit, man. Because I get like being stringent and strict with yourself and being on a regimen and like, because I've done it. I did it for 2 years straight of like gnarly going to the gym, running,
And you look
pushing
great.
myself.
It feels good.
It does.
Yeah.
But
There was results.
there's a breaking point.
Yeah, like it is not. It can't be
It was all
A
or nothing.
forever
It was
thing.
all or nothing.
yeah.
And it can't be like that.
No.
You've got to have grace with yourself. You have to like be okay with a party and having a piece of cake.
I remember Magda say he's like I mean, that man, his body is a temple. I mean, he doesn't look like he eats anything bad. He's like, I love fucking pizza. He's like, I gotta have a cheat day. You have to. And you have to do that to enjoy it like that. You're going to a party where you're gonna, show up with your steamed broccoli and boiled chicken.
I mean, yeah,
While
I know
everybody's
people like
partying.
that.
And
Actually,
there's nothing wrong with that.
No, there are.
I
No,
love that.
I'm not shitting on it. I'm just
No.
saying for
But
me,
you can allow yourself to go to that party once in a while and enjoy it.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
have a piece of pizza and whatever. And
Yeah.
I
not be
think
so
that's
strict.
what moderation is about, and not necessarily that it's like weakness. It's like if you have to continue this ongoing for the rest of your life, you're going to have to allow for some time that it's not going to be that way, and don't give yourself a hard time about it. Enjoy the time where you need the extra scoop of ice cream, and it's fine.
yeah,
It's the only way to stick to it. 'Cause
Yeah.
if your expectation for yourself is this is the only thing I can do, I can only eat and work out and do this way, you are a person, you will fuck up. And if the idea in your head is this or nothing, when that happens,
Nothing.
now you're at
then
nothing.
you're going to give up.
Yep.
You go,
yeah. And I know, like, for me, what makes it difficult is our traveling.
Yeah.
Because you get in
You can't meal prep.
get in the routine of doing good and going to the gym, and then you're out of town for 5 days.
Yeah.
And come back, and then you have to recover, right? So a week and a half's gone by, and then, okay, I'm going to start getting back into it. You start getting back into it, and then we're off again to go do something else, and it's like, well, fuck.
Well, even that first getting back into it, it's like, sometimes I'll be off for a week and I'm like, man, I can't fucking wait to get back to the gym. I can't wait to eat healthy again and feel good like that again. And sometimes I'm like, the fucking last thing I want to do is go to the gym. I don't want to work out. I want to eat whatever junk food I have. And the giving yourself that, like, that grace, that like mental space of this isn't like an all or nothing thing. This is just getting back into where we always are. Like, this is where I live. I live in this. I work out. I eat pretty okay. And I haven't been doing that. And we're just going to get back into it. We can ease in. I'll go 2 days less a week to the gym.
Yeah.
I'll make myself, red meat and cheesy something, which isn't great, but like it's better than donuts.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, man. And it's learning to deal with your ebbs and flows.
Yeah.
And like being
Mhm.
okay with those things, because I know that you understand this. Growing up in the family that we grew up in, it was so there was such a spotlight on appearance and like
Literally.
like how thin you were.
Yeah.
Like it was fucking everything started there and came out of that.
Was it the house was full of, what were they? Slim Fast? Slim
Yeah,
Quick?
yeah, Slim Fast.
Slim Fast.
Oh,
yeah.
cans of Slim
Cans of
Fast.
Slim
I remember
Fast. That
those.
was- yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't work.
Doesn't
by the
work.
Way.
They're
It's not.
milkshakes.
It's not fast either.
No.
There's
It's
nothing
not fast?
slim or
No,
fast about it.
no.
You can down them pretty quick. They're small cans.
Drink enough of it, it'll give you the shits. Trust me.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and so having to deal with that, dude.
Trust me.
Your whole
we'll
life,
trust you on
it
that.
sucks, dude.
Yeah.
And then when you want to try and get healthy because you feel like shit, or you've had it,
Yeah.
it's tough to get out from underneath that and be like, okay, I'm gonna have days when I'm going to the gym and days when I'm not, and that's like, what?
Yeah. Or even just the reasons for getting help. Like it took 3 years to fully shift my mentality behind getting healthy away from I want to be thin, I want to look better. Even when I was like telling myself like we just want to be healthy, it was still in the back of my head. It was like I don't want love handles. I want to be thin. I want a 6-pack, blah 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 blah. It took 3 years to shift away from that into I'm just going to do the things that are good for me because I want to live a healthy life because it feels better.
How old are you?
30.
Okay, dude. Seriously,
Boom.
like you say, it took 3 years. Sounds like a long time. It took you 27 years to build up the mindset of that you needed to break. That only took 3 years to break.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So,
I still remember like I was driving up that little weird offshoot off of Saltzman by not Espresso Lube, but the other one.
yeah.
When it finally sunk in, I again in the car fully started crying because I realized like I don't hate the way I look anymore. I am not constantly craving sweets or junk food. I don't have to actively force myself to go to the gym. I don't have to force myself to eat good. Those are all just things that are inherent now.
Yeah, you created a habit in yourself.
And I don't have to, like, there are things about my health that I have to be conscious about now that aren't those things, but those things that were so detrimental and inherent my whole life of just like, eat junk food, hate the way you look.
Yeah.
Are gone.
Wow.
And I don't, there's like the shadow of the guilt still a little bit of like when I do like let myself not go to the gym for too long if I'm like, take a week off. But it's less like, oh, I'm a piece of shit. And more like I work a desk job now and I sit for too many days in a row. And if I don't go back to the gym, my back's going to start hurting again.
Yeah.
Like it's
welcome to 30, buddy.
Yeah. And it was just such a crazy moment to do.
That's dope,
again.
man.
I'm fully a different person.
Yeah.
Well, you've done some other cool things through this too. Like you picked up some cool hobbies, activities.
Yeah.
Like getting into kayaking and getting into archery and stuff, like picking up things that are
active.
Activity.
Yeah.
And the whole rodeo clown thing, that too.
That
we
one's a
worry
secret,
about
and I told
that.
you not on the air.
We worry about that one because you can get hurt, but you really seem to like
kid.
it.
I would, my back would break.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
You'd be great at it.
That'd
by
be
the way.
awful.
I threw my back out moving my desk. There's no way I could
You'd
get
be a
hit by
rodeo
ball.
clown.
No way I'd die.
First hit over.
I mean,
like,
did you ever think of that though? Like 27 years of like building up a perspective and perception of yourself that broke down and was reformed completely in 3 years.
Yeah.
That's something to be proud of. Dude.
Yeah, absolutely. And like not even just 27 years, but the entirety of my formative years. Like the person I was built off the idea of you have to look thin. You should feel bad about not eating well, even though no one's ever taught you how to not eat well,
right?
Or how to
eat well,
anything other than terribly. Like,
we're gonna stop at McDonald's on the way home from school.
Take the absolute shortest shortcuts you can possibly take in order to get yourself to maybe one day look not like shit. And when those don't succeed, feel extremely
shitty.
Yeah.
I still remember we did the
oh god, I got these stories too, dude.
What's the pregnancy hormone?
HGH.
HGH. We did an HGH diet.
And you were like 14.
Yeah, 14, 15.
They were giving you HGH at 14. My mom was giving you.
Your mother was
Grandma.
giving me HGH and vitamin B every day. You could eat 0 carbs. If you ate any carbs, it would fully backfire and you would gain an incredible amount of weight.
So you might as well just not take the HGH and just do the no carb thing.
Yeah. I will say, you lose fat extremely quick. Like
Unhealthily.
Unrealistically quick.
So it's great for like before a wedding or like
it's
a
not.
vacation.
It's fucking awful.
So if you need to get that weight off really quick, but you know you're going to gain it back.
Wait for wrestling.
Yeah. And then again, our family, no one knows how to eat. Well, that's not true. They are aware of how to eat well now. No one at the time in the family knew how to eat well. So you went from eating 0 carbs. I was literally eating like those frozen pre-cooked chicken breasts and like celery sticks.
You didn't know what to eat.
No clue what to eat. We just knew it couldn't be carbs, and we knew we had to eat. And then you go back to, you go off of that, and you're told you're allowed to have some carbs again. And then you just like, okay, so I'll eat my chicken breasts and, well, I haven't had donuts in a while. I'll have a donut. And then the chicken breasts are gross. They're frozen. I didn't want to eat them in the first place. The chicken breast goes away. I'll make like,
spaghetti,
a hamburger. And then I'm getting hamburgers from McDonald's. And now all the weight's back exactly. And
It's a
looked
vicious
nice.
cycle.
Like I had no stomach. I had no love handles. I knew what I looked like eating well and exercising. I was a teenager that was never held responsible. So I didn't know how to do that for myself. And the people around me couldn't help me do that. So I knew what I looked like at a weight that I wanted. And then it all went away.
Yeah.
And that sucked.
Oh, yeah.
And we did that like 3 times.
I did it like 50,000 million times. Yeah. The worst one was there was a fad diet back in the 80s called the Beverly Hills diet. Old folks will remember this that are listening to the show. And it was like all fruit, and you couldn't eat anything but fruit. And we had been eating pineapple and mango for like a week straight. And it was in 5th grade, man. Like,
yeah, man.
Going to fucking 5th grade with a baggie of mango and pineapple for lunch, and everybody's
try to act like an islander.
Yeah.
And from eating so much like
citrus,
acidic shit, I had sores all inside my mouth and in my throat.
When I imagine your bowels too, you're not going to be
probably,
good in the bowels or
yeah,
anything.
It was so fucked, and yeah, I got a million of them.
Yeah. No,
me too,
and
dude.
like it sucks unpacking that and dealing with it. I have
I'm still unpacking.
Yeah, right. Well, I'm definitely still unpacking, but like I'm not that person anymore. I feel so much worse for my sisters because like they were dancers. They didn't just get it from our parents. They got it from all sides. They got it from every side. They were literally on stage. They had random strangers commenting about their body, which is just, a general thing for women in general. But like I was 14, 15. My sister was doing it at the exact same time, which means she must have been 10.
Oh, yeah.
Giving her HGH. At 10 years old?
Man.
Wild.
Yeah, not good.
No.
So, yeah, man. Fucking proud of you, Ryder.
Yeah, doing fucking
crushing it.
Yes.
New job.
New
New outlook.
I'll second that.
new wardrobe.
Yes.
That's one thing too. I gotta say when you were working the other job, it sucked because your like wittiness and snarkiness even disappeared.
Yeah.
And that
depression does
Ryder,
that to people, man.
when Ryder's not snarky or having those comments and shit, or like half the time we see each other,
I'm not okay
Ryder
if
look
I'm
at
just
me
like,
and
yeah.
like Snebby like, "What's up, fucko?" And me and Ryder have a repertoire of just talking shit to each other.
Yeah.
That was fucking gone.
Yeah.
For a long time, and then like when I would see you, I'd be like, "What's up, fucker?" Nothing.
Look, man. We're talking about all this and joking around and all that. Seriously, if you're going through some shit, if you've been dealing with anything similar to what we're talking about, feel free to reach out.
Yeah.
To Ryder or me, and or if you don't want to do that, like. And you're depressed and you're realizing as we're talking, oh my God, I think I'm depressed. Get some fucking help, man. Like do it today.
Yeah, reach out to your own Ryder or Aaron.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Somebody that's there for you. Reach out to them.
Because it does get better if you want it to. It really does.
The only constant is change. Like that's a pretty common thing to say, but like it will get, if not better, different. You can do some work to make different better, but the only thing that's going to happen is things are going to change. It might feel like they're not going to change. They always do. They can't not.
Well, like we were talking about too, that like not saying it. Sometimes it's really tough to say anything about depression or what's going on in your head to anybody, but your loved ones, like we all just say. Your loved ones, if you don't say something to them, like all of us, we get more upset at each other if you don't say any,
Yeah.
When it does finally come out or something, it's like,
I don't know about upset.
it's like,
just like
well, whatever word you want to put in the place, that's the what.
Upset can mean more than mad.
Yeah, not upset like, fuck you for not saying it. I'm not fucking your friend anymore. I'm no longer your loved one.
Like,
but no,
like,
I'm just saying, like,
shocked
open up
and
to your loved
surprised.
one.
Like,
yeah,
what?
because
I was been here
that's
all along,
what they're there
dude. Like,
for.
what?
I will also say that is kind of like part of the pressure with explaining to your loved ones how you're feeling. So if you are feeling that kind of way and you do feel that kind of pressure, reach out to a stranger on the internet, reach out to the show, reach out to tell somebody how you feel.
And I know like this time of year is especially weird for everybody and the election and all the shit that's going on, and we're going into the holidays, and just, man, we got to take care of each other and take care of ourselves, and it ain't easy, and our childhoods fuck us up. Our parents don't know what we're doing,
and if we don't talk about it, the longer we don't talk about it is the longer we keep it inside.
Yeah, and the harder it is to deal with.
And the more complex it becomes, because now you've got adulthood on top of childhood grief and trauma. And they're all like, they start to bleed into each other and like ruin relationships because of it, and like stay your inferior self longer because of it. And it's become a really crazy, like weird, uncomfortable cycle.
Comfortably.
You know what I mean?
It's easy to admit that you were wrong as a kid. It's harder to admit that you were wrong as an adult.
Yeah.
I think just something too, like a tip that helps is like you brought it up, and because I know all of us, especially living up here now, if you have it at your disposal to get out to nature, even if you live in the city and you go to a park by yourself, there's something about connecting with nature when you are feeling down or something, to get out. Like I know even when I don't need it, one of my favorite spots to stop at, I've never told any of you guys this, but we've all passed it, when you're going the 205, like to Oregon City, West Lynn, right that area, there's that pullout right there that overlooks the Willamette River. It's just the scenic view. I hardly ever do I go by there where I don't stop, even if it's going to make me a few minutes late to something. I love that fucking spot. You pull out there, you can go over the wall and you can sit and just look out over the entire Willamette Valley and the river.
The kids
but
call
Mother
it
Nature,
touch grass, dude.
Yeah, go touch grass.
Yeah, go touch grass. It's magical.
It really is magical.
Well, Ryder, man. I mean,
When's your new album coming out,
Yeah.
man? We're still riding off that single you wrote.
It's coming out in January 347.
That's
Sweet.
wow. Hell yeah.
Can't wait. What's it called?
Go fuck yourself.
And that's my nephew, everybody.
That's
I'll see y'all in a year.
check in a year and see how you're doing.
Well, I guess that's it, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, unless there's anything you want to add, or people want to go to your website.
I want to add how cute you and Simon have been ever since he's moved back into town.
It's been so nice having him
like
back. In
everybody, I don't really like to talk about Sydney and Simon. Like
what?
I mean on the show. On the show. There's certain things I like to talk about and other things I don't. You know, like their current events or whatever. I like to keep stuff like that. But anyway, my point in saying that is since Simon has moved back, Ryder and him have become even like closer.
I
Sabine.
got my best friend back. Like,
yeah.
It's great to hear the laughter. The 2 years banter and laughter out on the front porch was gone for a while.
It's been really
now
cool.
It's nice to have it back.
And
we're doing family dinners on Sundays.
Yeah.
Dinners, me and Simon do game nights. It's nice.
It's pretty dope, man. I love you, Ryder.
I love you too.
Yeah.
And I know that the folks out there miss you and love hearing from you. So, all right.
Straight from the horse's mouth.
Straight from the horse's mouth.
I guess Ryder's the horse.
Horses are dope.
They are. We will be back on Friday with another episode of No Simple Road. And go to the website. Go follow at Melt Premium Mushrooms. Get yourself some mushroom chocolates, man. 4 grams of the sacred mushroom blend in each bar, and they're pretty fucking tasty, I have to say.
They are good.
Yep.
They go good with nature too.
Yeah, they do. And Halloween.
The pretzel one's the best.
And take care of each other. Smile as stranger. Safety third. Hydrate. And everybody send Darwin good energy.
Yeah.
He needs it
Good
right now. He's got another vet visit
energy.
on Thursday. So, yeah, send him some good vibes. All right?
And go tell someone how you feel.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We love y'all.
Share your feelings.
Love you.
Peace.
But it's a burden. Family needs has been deferred, and hella means been the earth, and alchemy can bring the birth, the melody of a newborn. So persistent, so resistant, so insistent, so commitment, so resilient, or haven't you learned it? No simple road. 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 My windshield is shattered as I focus through the spot in the corner that is still intact. The react is both a defense mechanism as well as a fear. We've traveled this road before, so we may think, but it's a tad bit of strange similarities that feed an A equal A complex. The fears of your past do not equal the perplexities of the current road.
Hi, this is Henry Kay, host of the #1 music history podcast, Rootsland. Come with me on a journey to Kingston, Jamaica, where we explore the world of reggae music and the untold stories of some of the genre's greatest legends. From the ghettos and tenement yards where the music was born, to the island's iconic recording studios. We are so excited to team up with Osiris Media, the leading storyteller in music, because as you'll hear, sometimes the story is the best song.